Well, I'm not gonna be silly this time. We're gonna talk about something a little serious. Um, so this is Let's Talk series, and the first topic in our series was depression, and this is part two of that. Depression. It's just one of those hard things to talk about. Everybody goes through it. I feel like we all go through it. And as Jay said in the first video, our aim and determination with this Let's Talk series is to just open the door for people to know that we have similar experiences with a lot of different things, whether it be depression, whether it be health, athletics, education, whatever. We want to talk about whatever is bothering people, whatever we just need to talk about, because that's one thing we're missing. We're missing that communication between people and just open up the lines to talk about any and everything. As a community, especially in the Black community, we don't talk about depression enough. Too many times have we swept it under the rug, and I don't know for other people, but for me, when I was younger, even being at church, you would hear, just pray about it. Depression is not something you can just pray away. It's something that you literally have to work at. It's classified as a mental illness, or at least something that, you need clinical help for, something that you should be talking to somebody about for. Therapy definitely, I think, helps. I think everybody needs therapy, whether you're depressed or not. I think therapy is just one of those things that it allows us to just be open. And that's what we need. Like I said, we're missing that as people because of all the screens we're always looking at. I know you're probably looking at a screen right now, of course, looking at me, but because of all the screens, we've lost that communication with each other. So we need that. We need to open up to each other. We need to tell people. We need to vent things out. And that's why we're going to see a lot more growth in depression. And so with that, I'll tell you how I've dealt with it and how I've gotten over it. Well, for one, I haven't gotten over it. I don't think depression is something you can really get over. It's just something you work through, if that makes sense. You can't get over it. You just have to work through it every day, every hour. It's just one of those things that the only way to keep it away is to work at it. You have to literally work at being happy. You have to do things. I like to do little things. Like, I have a game, Grand Theft Auto. I like to go and kill people, as bad as it sounds. That's how I work through some things. If I'm feeling really down or really low, I'm like, I don't want to actually go out in the world and kill people. By no means do I ever want to do that. No, I don't want to cause harm to anybody else. But I'd love to go to a game world and just create havoc, just create chaos, just knowing I have the ability to just do whatever, just having that control. Not only that, on the subject of video games, I also like to play games that I know I can beat a level or, get some type of accomplishment. I believe working through depression, you should try to strive for small accomplishments. Whether it be, let me try to play a Uno game with a little brother and just beat him. Stuff like that can help out. If you have to just small accomplishment, anything you can think of to just get through the day. Go buy something small and then, play it, or do something physical and just try to feel better. That's what I personally do, and I think that that's one piece of advice that should be shared to the world. Depression, though, is just, I would love to tell an experience and a story. It's hard, though. It's extremely hard to do that. Man, Jay said it was hard. It is really hard. One of my experiences with depression, I'll tell you about my most recent experience with depression. And I really hope that after this story, everybody, well, not everybody, but most of you guys who are watching this, I really hope that it helps you to work through your depression and everything. A lot of times with depression, some of us, we get suicidal, and at times we may have thoughts. And I always discourage people from trying to take their lives. By no means should you ever try that. I always tell people, like, look, if you're ever in any type of situation, just call me. You know, like, I don't care who you are. I don't care if I don't even know you. Text me, you know, because I might not even answer your call. Text me, like, let's just talk. Let's just talk, because I feel at the end of the day, sometimes that's all people need. They just need somebody to talk to. So recently, you know, when I was going through my bout with depression, I really felt really low, and I can't remember what caused me to feel so low, but it's one of those things where everything just comes crashing down. You know, we all get that feeling where we feel like nothing we're doing is working, and we don't feel like we're doing anything to help the universe or the world, and we're not beneficial to anything or anybody. We're just not contributing, wherever that may feel. And I felt that way, and I remember, I do little weird things, and man, it's hard to talk about. And what I mean by little weird things, like I call people sometimes to try to just talk it out. And sometimes when I'm at my lowest, I've noticed, that might be the time where nobody's around. And you should never look at that. You should never look at the fact that nobody's around. You should always just keep striving to live, because as I've kind of discovered, we're here for a reason. Everybody's here for a purpose. Whether it be to just touch somebody else's life or something, we're all here for a purpose. So while I was going through my thing and I couldn't get a hold of anybody, I remember just driving off somewhere, and I wasn't too far from where I'm now, to be honest, because I didn't want the possibility of anybody who knew me or anybody who I love to find my body. So I took it upon myself to park somewhere where I would think nobody would find me. And I remember being in the gas station, and I got as many sleeping pills as I could get. I went to the liquor store. I got a fifth of Jack Daniels. And I remember just thinking, like, all right, this is it. I had a bottle full of Tylenol pills, a brand new bottle. And I don't remember how many sleeping pills it was, somewhere between 30 and 40. And I just remember crushing them down. I bought a little soda, something similar to like this Jolly Rancher, and I put them all in there. I put half of the bottle of Jack in there, and I just sat back, just taking pills, just as much pills as I can consume, just constantly pill, Tylenol, just taking all the Tylenol, drinking all the Jack straight, drinking some of the Jack straight, drinking the Jolly Rancher, sleeping pill mix. I finished that off. I finished the Jack off. Sitting there smoking too, still taking pills, and I just remember thinking, like, I'm ready to go, and I don't know what happened. I did end up telling one person the story, and I literally have no recollection of what happened after that. I literally just remember being at home after that. And when I got home, it was the day after the next day. We're here for a reason. We're here for a purpose. I can't tell you what your purpose is. I can only tell you that you are here for a purpose. And no matter what you're going through, you're here for a reason. You're going through that for a reason. Maybe it's to share the story. Maybe you're supposed to share a story. Maybe I went through that to share this story for somebody, to help somebody. I don't know what happened. I remember just waking up, like I said, the day after the next day, and I was throwing up. I don't remember how I got home. I don't know how you drive in a state like that. I don't remember. I literally have no recollection. And ever since that day, after I did wake up, it's like, how am I here? Why am I, how did I get here? And that's why I said it's like they say, it has to be something else at play. If you don't believe in God, you have to believe in some type of mystic force. If you don't believe in God, you have to believe in something more powerful than yourself. I may not believe in God the same way everybody else does, but I believe that the universe consciousness is something way bigger than all of us. It's something way bigger than all of us, and we're all here for a reason. We're all here for a purpose. Don't give up. Keep fighting. I'm still fighting every day. Remember, somebody loves you somewhere. And if nobody ever told you, I'm telling you now, I love you. I may not know you, but I love you. Make sure you comment below if you need any help. We're going to see it. We're going to see it. We're opening up the lines of communication for everybody. Let's talk depression. All right, guys. See you next time. It's Rhodes, by the way.